Court, guys and girls, this stuff makes you money, and I've done it, and I've done it forever. There's a million people that call me. Court is a guy on certification of authenticity of what's selling demographic. He'll go through all this, but I want to tout his horn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a moneymaker. It works. Entertainment, different things he's got. So, how about a hand for Court?
Thank you, Dean. So, just real quick, because I know I see everybody's getting sees the lunch over here, so just really quickly through the process. This is my 19th year to be working with memorabilia and nonprofits. Our job, and sort of the same way we were talking about the travel, our job is to use the memorabilia as a fundraiser, not the other way around. So what I mean by that is I don't have a retail store that I sell this memorabilia at. I only provide this memorabilia on consignment to nonprofits for their fundraising. What does that mean? So a couple of things. One, if we don't sell it, we just take it right back. It doesn't cost you anything. So as you kind of go through the rest of our consignment pieces as well, you'll see that. We bring it, we help you set it up, we make it part of your auction, and then as we even have our own easels, so you can see in the background how we set that up as well. And then we're there during the event saying, oh, if somebody has a question, why does this cost this? Why is this worth this? We want to be able to answer those questions specifically for them, because we want them to know not why they want to bid one time, but when they get outbid and they get that notification from their bidding system, we want them to know, oh yeah, it's definitely worth going ahead and making another 2 bids. After the event, what we're doing immediately, we already know, because of the technology, we already know which items have bids on them, so we're wrapping those items up and preparing them for your guests to pick up. After that, then we will pick up all the other items that don't sell and put those back in our car. You don't have to worry about them the whole rest of the night. Literally, completely self-contained. And then the best part about it, and this is something that we've been doing for now for, like I said, 19 years, the biggest thing that we have is, it's my belief that when you're the one bringing the people into the room. So our consignment price, and it's the same with everything else that we're doing, our consignment price is the price. There's no profit sharing, there's nothing else. So if I tell you that the consignment price is $500 and you sell it for $1,000, you're going to net $500. We don't do profit sharing, we don't play around in that game, because you're the ones in charge of bringing the people to the event. We want that money to stay with you. So here's the other big part of what we do, and this is something I've been a stickler for even before I got into this business, is authenticity. All of our items will come with a certificate of authenticity, period, end of story. Most of the items include third-party verification from one of the 3 main companies that do this: JSA, PSA DNA, or Beckett. Those are the 3 main third-party verification companies that we do work with. On top of that, then other certificates of authenticity will come from companies that actually do the signing. So for instance, if I take that CD Lamb jersey that's in the back, there's a company that works with CD Lamb to actually bring him in to sign 20 items. When he's signing, they're actually there verifying that. So we'll make sure that we know where the signing occurred, how it occurred. So that way, again, we'll always have information for the guest about why this is authentic, why this is worth the money. And then the items. So we can do anything, really. I mean, we've done everything from President Obama to President Trump. We've done everything from music, movies, television, and then all sports. So we can do Cowboys pieces, we can do UT pieces, we can do, we've got a Patrick Mahomes helmet from Texas Tech back in the back, so we can do anything you can think of. And what really it comes down to is a couple of things. One, pricing, right? So we'll work with you on, if you tell me that you think that consignment price and a starting bid about $500, I'll work with you on that specific celebrity to get in that specific price range. Typically what we'll do is we'll provide you an upfront list of things that we have available for that specific date that we already think. And then what we encourage you to do is actually go back to your group and say, here's a couple of the items that they're talking about. Now you can actually then get other information back and you can say, oh, well, I think we're missing a golf piece. Or we know there's somebody that, we know we have a large UT contingency. Let's make sure we have a Longhorns piece. So that's the other piece of this puzzle that we do. We really, really work hard to make sure that well, one, we don't really want to take anything home. So we really work hard to work with you guys to know exactly what we think will sell and the prices. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, what ends up happening is now somebody comes to your event, they get to take something that's very special home, they've raised money for your event, but on top of that, now the next year they'll come back and they'll say, oh, that's really interesting, I wish I could have gotten that. Well, that's the other part of us being there, is we're learning about your event just as well as you guys are. And so I'll learn something new from every client, and that's why we've been in business for 19 years, is because we have literally sat in every auction. We've literally talked to almost every single person that has interest in the auction to really get a sense as to who they are, who's coming, why they're coming, and we can then really figure out what the next level of things are. So we've had, typically in our first years of auctions, we end up having a 40 to 50% success rate. The second and third years, we're now at 80 to 90%. And that's just because we can help you grow the model. So that's how we work. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
Your people are at checkout, not our people.
Correct. So we're working through your system.
Well, I buy a memorabilia item and I go to checkout. You're going to man that checkout.
We'll be there with you, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be there with you throughout the whole night.
Okay. Why don't we have a little bit of bite tea? We got some special treats over here. Everybody take about a 5-minute break. We got a lot of ground to cover. Some really cool stuff coming on. We got a buffet over here. If you want to just do this table first, or I don't care, yeah, just table go, then we'll get them. A lot of people. When we book an engagement together for your event, it's a one-stop shop. You deal with me, the travel, the photography, the photo booth, the purses, and everything. So don't feel like you have to go to 10 people to go through every aspect of our value-add services. So specifically, call us, we work with you. What do you want to pick for demographics, for the purses, or what do you want to pick for the trips, or what do you want to pick for memorabilia? You want to set up the photo booth, we're going to be talking in just a second, which is a very, very exciting part of your event. So without further ado, here's Candace Zelmer. We'll be talking about what we come together about 4 months ago, because we have the memorabilia, we have the helmets, we have a lot of items. Purses are flying off the shelf. And this is a moneymaker for you. I don't know anything about purses. Candace, you tell us about it.
You gotta know a little bit about purses, Dean. I've sold quite a few. So what we do is, same as anything else with the memorabilia, the purses. We have all the different categories, starting from the Uber Luxe, which is your Versace, your Valentino. We have a couple examples in the back, the Roberto Cavalli's, that you're hiring, buyer. And then we go into our high-end selection, which is your Coach, your Michael Kors, your Vera Bradley, your Kate Spade. Great daily purses. And then we also want to make sure we get every buyer there. So maybe they can spend $100. Maybe they can spend $5,000. We want to make sure that we can target every market. So a little bit here, so we have every selection. And even on our daily selection, a Ralph Lauren, a Michael Kors, they're going to be able to buy something, be happy about what they bought, did a donation, and everybody's happy. One of our hottest selections that we have right now is the wine and the gift basket collection. So like I was showing earlier to some of you guys, we have the wine vessel, which is a bag, holds any beverage you like inside the bag, and it dispenses out of the bag. So we have that. We have like a backpack, which is for picnicking. Everybody's doing the outdoor concerts right now. And get to enjoy a nice evening or a day at the park. And everything's included in the bag. Now you guys can add on and throw the wine in the bag and get more money for the item. That's where the baskets go so good. Even without adding the wine to the baskets sell. We're about 100%, I think, average on selling the baskets. And that could be a beach basket where it has a blanket and cups and sunscreen and, boogie boards. I'm trying to think what else we put in the basket. There was just pretty much there was everything in it. Anything you could imagine just to make it a good evening, day trip with the kids to the splash pad. So that's kind of different categories that we offer, and we always customize. So we had an event yesterday that we've got coming up with HOWM. in August, and they wanted to focus more on travel. So we have a travel line. So if we need to get you luggage or men's department or anything, we can get it, no problem. So that was one thing that they wanted.
Tell how hard it is to luggage.
Well, yeah, and that was another thing. She was like, I can't find luggage. She personally just traveled, said, I went to 5 stores, I can't find luggage. I said, well, maybe everybody's traveling right now, but I can get you luggage, so don't worry. We can do it, we can do it, all at a consignment price. And there again, there is no middle person. I do not have retail stores, so you're not paying for that retail space, and no middleman. So same as with all the other products that we have. Let's see if there's anything else that we have on this one. What's the next slide? Is that it? Okay, great. So pretty much that's who I am. So here you go.
Ken, this stuff is selling, folks. Let me tell you, I'm there on the side, it's flying off the shelf. People, we have demographics to her point, low end, middle end, high end, whatever you feel comfortable with, the budget, the high end selling.